What's up, it's your boy Modern Ninja the Nerd, back at you with another video. Today will be very different though. Today I'll be covering my own manga, Fighting Spirit. If you guys don't know, I have a manga / anime in development. Yeah, I've been working on it for, a while now. And I have the first chapter with you here today. This story is on Wattpad and Webtoon, so if you're interested, it'll be in the description below. Before I continue, I'm gonna need you to hit that subscribe button and hit all notifications so you can feel my energy whenever I upload anime or manga content, or even just plain skits or gaming vids. Now, without further ado, play my intro real quick. You like that? That's the anime intro to Fighting Spirit that me and my boy Tyler did. Your boy's been busy, but let's get into this manga chapter. Okay, Fighting Spirit was created by me along with co-creators Just Another Weirdo and Shadow Spawn. The art was made by me and my editor Hiko. Shout out to the boy Hiko. Also, please read this left to right. Now, this is chapter 1 called A Brother's Bond. These are the main characters of chapter 1, Kevin and Wayne. Kevin has the dreads and Wayne has the shorter hair. Gabriel will also be in this shortly, and he is the one that manipulates fire. This chapter actually has a lot of true plot points and emotions that me and Shadow Spawn had in high school. So reading it is kind of awesome how Kevin and Wayne interact. Okay, let's dive in. The forest crackles and snaps as the flames around the three boys go wild. An irritated Kevin looks at his brother. "Wayne, why do you insist on fucking with me today?" Wayne replies with an equally irritated look and readies his shadows to attack. "I have no care for your attitude. Just stay down so I can lead and show you both how to deal with demons." Gabriel grimaces, annoyed at Wayne's response. "Oh, you mean work alongside them and betray humanity? Or better yet, how about resurrecting your mother as a bloodthirsty demon? Top-notch leader skills if you ask me." Wayne fires a cold stare in Gabriel's direction. "I did that for my brother," he replied. Kevin begins to tear up as he thinks of his earlier actions. "Fuck you. That was for yourself. Don't pretend you sacrificed lives for me. This was your own selfish desires. You made me..." Kevin took a deep breath, trying to regain his composure. "You made me kill that thing with Mom's face. I can't forgive you for that." Gabriel began to notice Kevin's spiritual energy spike and glanced his way. "Hey man, calm down, I feel your energy rising." Wayne then yells, interjecting into Gabriel's disarming words. "That's why you can't forgive me? You took Mom from us again." With those words, the wind began to pick up and Kevin's dread stood on end and his right eye turned black. Electricity began to dance around him, showing the other two that he had entered his awakening. And that only means one thing: he was ready to fight. Welcoming the fight, Wayne pointed at Kevin and raised his shadows a bit more to prepare for an attack. "She's our mother. Like it or not, you took her from us," he said in an accusing tone. Seeing the hostility in the air, Gabriel entered his awakening too. His skin materialized into an orange fire as he held an uneasy smile. "Shit," he said. Before Wayne could react, Kevin appeared in front of him and punched him so hard he went flying off into the distance. After seeing his attack worked, Kevin began to charge all of the electricity he could in his hand to finish his brother off for good. Right before he could throw it, Gabriel grabbed his hand. "I can't let you kill him. You're just in a rage right now," he said. Kevin didn't look back at Gabriel, he just replied calmly, "I'll finish my fight with you later. Now let me go." Still holding his hand, Gabriel shook his head. "I can't do that." Seeing he had no other choice, Kevin tore free from his grasp and charged up two weaker electric orbs in his hand and electrocuted Gabriel. Fighting through the pain, Gabriel managed to kick Kevin, making him fall back into a black substance. Seeing the substance began to move, Kevin eventually realized it was Wayne's shadows that were on him. He had to think fast, or else he'd be in a pretty tough spot. Seeing that Wayne's weakness was light, Kevin surrounded himself with electricity and released it with the bright strobe around him, burning away any and all of the shadows. Seeing that he was distracted, Gabriel flies in and delivered a powerful kick to his jaw, starting a brawl between the two. Kevin and Gabriel began exchanging strong blows that caused shockwaves all around them. As they both fought it out, Wayne had finally recovered and jumped up about to launch his counterattack. With his awareness firing on all cylinders, Kevin quickly headbutted Gabriel and moved just in time to avoid Wayne's attack, while all the while getting into position to catch him in a chokehold. I'm gonna pause the story real quick and say drawing all of this was so fun. I wanted Wayne's shadows to have a Venom consistency, going on to they were more intimidating in some of these scenes. All in all, I'd say I'm a lot better now with the art, but when I upload chapter 2, you guys will see and I'll do the same thing that I'm doing here for chapter 1. Anyway, while Wayne was being choked, he began to laugh between gasps, which somewhat confused Kevin. Wayne looked at his brother's angry face and smiled. "You think you're the only one who feels pain?" he asked. Suddenly his voice began to morph as a deeper demonic tone overlaid his own. "All my life I had to live in your shadow. Now I've become that shadow," he said. Wayne's shadows then began to form a dome around Kevin. As Gabriel yelled at them, "You guys better stop before someone gets hurt." Kevin and Wayne yelled back at the same time, "It's too late!" Tossing Wayne back, Kevin released another strobe of bright electricity to hold the shadows at bay as he frowned. "I'll kill you, Wayne," he yelled. Gabriel then began to form a miniature sun in his hand. "I guess I have no choice," he said, charging up his attack. Kevin looked at Gabriel and began to smirk. "I guess we get to see who's stronger after all," he said. Gabriel grimaced as he tried to contain the power of his miniature sun. "I hate to say it, but I'm kind of glad you're as bad as me at controlling your emotions." Kevin charged up his most powerful attack as well in his hands as he struggled to keep it under control. "Believe it or not, it's what makes me powerful," he said. At that same time, Wayne was radiating with his dark energy and somewhat growled. "Very well. If you die, so be it," he said. The atmosphere grew tense as all the boys had to stare down. Now, I took a book out of Boruto, because we all know when we saw teenage Boruto fighting Kawaki, we all were lit. At least until we found out Boruto was ass. But I wanted to do something like that and show you guys at the end of this story that it gets a lot better. Anyway, the story must go on. Okay, so I may have gotten ahead of myself and skipped to the end of the story. Let me start where it all began 8 months ago. It was a normal day at the Adams residence. Kevin had just finished an intense workout. Whew, a workout like that deserves a meal high in protein. Kevin made his way to the fridge and saw that it was basically empty. Damn, we need to hit the store. He looked around and yelled, "Wayne, you home?" Meanwhile, Wayne was in his room rapping, so he couldn't hear anything past the stereo. Kevin called his brother again. "Wayne! Wayne!" He walked down the hall to see his brother mid-verse and stopped. Wayne saw his brother's face and turned the stereo off. "Oh, sorry. I was zoned out there. What is it you need?" Kevin made a face. "No food, bro. About to hit up the store. Wanna tag along?" Wayne thought about it a bit before replying. "I could use some eggnog. Why not?" The boys left their house and began to walk downtown. When they were 5 minutes into their walk, they spotted a young girl being bullied. "Hey, look," Wayne said. They saw a little girl holding her bear close to her chest as two boys were bullying her, acting like they were about to hit her. She looked like she was crying as she said, "Please leave me alone." Okay, so grammatical error gone right here, I'm sorry. My editor is French, and as he put in text boxes around what I drew, he accidentally put this error here. The dope thing is, after telling him this, we both decided to give the little girl a French accent. So it's canon that she is French and her father is French. I can't do a French accent and don't want to butcher the language of love. So just imagine that I'm saying this with a French accent. So yeah, little tidbit there. One of the boys snatches her bear out of her hand as she yells, "No, please!" The boys snicker as they watch her cry, but soon notice two shadows looming over them. They both turn around to see Kevin and Wayne give them both cold stares. Give that little girl her bear back," Kevin barked. Yes, sir," one of the boys said. Wayne gave them a death stare and whispered, "If I were you, I'd take my friend and leave her," he said. Kevin picked up the bear and got on a knee to give it back to the little girl. "Hey, are you okay? What's your name?" he asked. The girl smiled, showing her mouth full of white baby teeth. "My name is Aubrey," she said happily. "Hey, Aubrey, where's your mother at?" Kevin asked. "She's wrestling with Daddy," she said, almost in confusion. Kevin and Wayne got confused. "Wrestling?" they both asked. Aubrey nodded and pointed to a bottle of liquor on the ground with an apple on it. "Yeah, when Daddy drinks apple juice, he gets hyper and wrestles with Mommy. When he gets too hyper, Mommy tells me to play outside." Again, Aubrey had a confused face, one that showed she knew something didn't add up, but being so young, she didn't know what yet. Wayne and Kevin had distraught looks on their faces as they began to put two and two together. Wayne whispered to his brother, "I think her mother's being abused." Kevin became lost in a trance and didn't say anything. He didn't even take a breath until Wayne tapped his shoulder, snapping him out of his trance. Kevin then smiled warmly at Aubrey and said, "Nice meeting you, Aubrey. Make sure you take care of that sweet teddy bear." After that, he began to quickly walk away, leaving Wayne and Aubrey. Wayne looked around confused, then ran after Kevin. By the time Wayne caught up, Kevin was in the grocery store with a cart. Wayne yelled down the aisle, "Hey, what about that little girl back there?" Kevin ignored his question and said, "We need some milk, don't we?" Wayne stepped in from the cart and became stern. "Stop ignoring me. We have to help them. We couldn't help Mom, so let's help them." That last phrase pissed Kevin off, and the lowering of his eyes showed it. Really? We couldn't help Mom? Or was it you who didn't help Mom? Kevin asked. Wayne looked hurt. "What?" he asked. Kevin walked around the cart and got face to face with Wayne. "If only you weren't so scared to help me fight Dad, maybe." Suddenly, two gunshots were fired, making Kevin flash back. He began to relive the moment he lost his parents. "I remember it like it was yesterday. We were pretending like we were Naruto and Sasuke when we heard it. Wayne was Sasuke and I was Naruto," he thought. Wayne held his arm like he had a Chidori. "You're a loser, Naruto. Why won't you leave me alone?" he said. Kevin held an imaginary Rasengan. "Because I'm your friend," he said. A scream from inside the house got their attention, so they ran inside. Both of the boys opened their door to see their father beating on their mother. Fear froze them in place when their father laid eyes on them. He reeked of alcohol and even held a bottle in one hand. His voice boomed when he spoke to them, only adding more intimidation to him. "You boys go back outside," he said. Wayne hid behind Kevin, but Kevin fought against his fear and clenched his fist, trying not to shake. No, stop hitting Mom," he managed to sputter out. Surprised by his sudden boldness, his father whipped his head around, and with the anger of a crazed bull in his eyes. "What did you say?" he almost barked. Kevin clenched his jaw, took a step forward. I told you to stop hitting." Before he could finish the sentence, his father snatched him up by the throat and began choking him with one hand. Kevin struggled to breathe, but quickly began to shake his head to get him out of his nightmare flashback. Seeing his brother was out of the daze, Wayne's urgency began to show. "Come on, I think the shots came from that girl's house," he said. Fear and guilt began to come over both of them as they ran out of the store and into the crowd that was forming in front of Aubrey's house. Kevin beat Wayne there and stopped dead in his tracks when he saw a body through the crowd. He pushed through them to see a mixed woman, who had the same skin tone and poofy brown hair as Aubrey. She had speckles of blood on her shirt and a pool of blood forming from her back, as she laid lifeless. Kevin stared at the lady, hoping she wasn't Aubrey's mom, when someone yelled, "Hey, there's a child over here!" A cold chill ran down Kevin's spine at those words as he quickly turned his head around to see. He saw a small figure on the sidewalk and slowly approached it, taking a slower step with each second he got closer. He saw the little girl had poofy brown hair and looked to be mixed. What was a dead giveaway was the bear she still held even in death. The now blood-soaked bear that lay beside her body. Kevin began to cry silently. Between sobs, he asked, "Who could do this?" A random lady beside them shook her head in disappointment. A few of the people around said it was her father, who shot and killed them in a drunken rage. Wayne walked up to Kevin and put his hand on his shoulder. "Come on, let's go home. I'm not hungry anymore." Kevin grimaced through his tears, only replying with, "Yeah." Wayne helped Kevin up. "I'm gonna do that vigilante stuff I was talking to you about the other day. Do you want to join me?" Kevin held his head low. "No, Suddenly the environment around him changed, and he was in a black space with a figure in chains in front of him. The last time he'd seen that figure, he was a little boy. The figure whispered, "Kill him." Kevin was entranced and looked in the figure's glowing eyes. "Kill that no-good bastard for the evil he spread. We have a duty." Suddenly he was back at the scene of the murder, with Wayne waiting on his reply. He began to sigh and clenched his fist. "Actually, on second thought, I'll join you," Kevin said. Seeing the blood-soaked bear, he then picked it up out of the puddle of blood. And okay, that is the end of chapter 1 of my manga Fighting Spirit. Tell me what you think. Is it moving too fast? Is it moving too slow? Is it great? Are you interested? Can you see this on Crunchyroll? Give me your comments down below and share this with your friends. I love all feedback, so please give me all of your opinions. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll be trying to upload twice a week, but if you have a topic you want my opinion on, whether it's anime, games, or even boxing or MMA, follow my Instagram down below. Every week, I ask a question on my story and note what my followers want me to talk about up here. Or you can donate $1 to my Patreon. That will ensure you get seen and I look at anything you want. I will message you and see what you want me to talk about. Also, by doing that, you'll get more of the videos that you like. That is also in the description below. I'm doing this YouTube stuff part-time currently, but if I can get enough subscribers or patrons, I can do this full-time and you all can get more of what you want. So it's a win-win. But anyway, I gotta go because this shadow clone I'm using is almost done. So see you ninjas in the next arc. Peace.